He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen, you don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. How's it going, folks? This is Wayne Hart, back with another lesson and an amazing song that's always still able, looking at some classic Beatles and Nowhere Man. Absolutely love this song. This is a version with the capo on the 2nd fret, makes it a little bit easier to play. There is, however, a couple of bar chords in it, but if you're at the stage where you're just getting into bar chords, maybe this would be the ideal song. And if you want the chords, lyrics and strumming pattern to this, as always, I'm going to post it up on my Patreon page. There'll be a link to that in the comments. I'll also put a link in the description. And the way that works, just click on the link, sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month, or however much you guys want to pledge. It's all very much appreciated. All generally goes back into the lessons, I can promise you that, and it gives you guys access to not only this song, pretty much everything I've done over the past 3.5 years. So there's a lot of content up there now. There's also some exclusive videos that are on YouTube, there's videos from the archive, and there's some stuff to coincide with some of the technique lessons I've done as well. So if you're into the scales and blues stuff, there's stuff to coincide with that. So what you're waiting for, link in the comments, link in the description. If you don't want to do that and you'd like to show some appreciation in a different way, I've got a new feature which is a super thanks link that's just under the video there. You can click on that and make a small donation. Again, very much appreciated. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. Now, if you are subscribed and you haven't done already, a further way you could help me out and yourselves out by keeping up to date with all the videos that are put out is hitting that little notification bell. Again, it's just underneath the video there. And if you want to, please go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne Hart Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok, as they always say. I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so the song is in standard tuning, but as you can see for this version, you're going to want the capo up on the 2nd fret, okay? So first of all, the chords to the verse, the first 2 lines is going to be a D to an A. Then we go from a G. It's up to you what G you use. I like to use the 4-fingered G, and then we're going to go to a D. Okay, and then the 3rd line is going to be an E minor, a G minor, that's one of your bar chords, and then we're going to go to a D. So the first 2 lines, the verse 1, I do with single strums, and then I'll start strumming on the E minor. So I'll just play that through so you can see how that gels together. So what we get is, he's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. So that all repeats. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Okay. Okay, so then the next bit is what I've called the bridge stroke chorus. So the chords to that are going to be an F sharp minor, then we go to a G, that repeats, F sharp minor to a G, and the 3rd line it's going to be an F sharp minor to an E minor 7th. So what that is the E minor shape with fingers 1 and 2, and I'm just putting my 3rd finger, that's on the 3rd fret on the B string relative to the capo. Then we're going to go to an A7. Okay, so I'll just sing you that bridge through stroke chorus so we can see how that gels together. So we've got the F sharp minor. Nowhere man, please listen, you don't know what you're missing. Then we've got this little sort of guitar solo part. That's just going over the verse chord. So what we get is a D, A, G, D, E minor, G minor, and then a D for 2 bars. Okay, so after that we got another verse and another chorus. Then we got another verse. Right at the end we're just going to repeat the making all is nowhere, plans for nobody. So that's just repeating the E minor, the G minor and the D. That goes around for 3 times at the end. So making all is nowhere, plans for nobody. Making all is nowhere, plans for nobody. Last time. Making all is nowhere, plans for nobody. So I like to do that last line with single strums as well, okay? So I like to do a few embellishments on the D chord, the one that holds for sort of 2 bars, you know, in the verse, on the making all is nowhere, plans for nobody bit. So sometimes I'll do a D sus2, that's just taking the 2nd finger off the D and back on again, or sometimes I'll do a D sus4, that's just adding the little pinky on the 3rd fret. Relative to the capo on the top E string, okay? So what we get, I'll just give you an example of that. Making all is nowhere, plans for nobody. So that's the D sus2. Making all is nowhere, plans for nobody. D sus4. Okay, so you can sort of alternate that, mix it up a little bit, it just adds a little bit more to the song. And that just leaves us with a strumming pattern. So what I tend to do most of the way through this is a down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's a down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you hear that around the chords, we got. Pretty much all you're going to need. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Hope you all dug that video, and come on, I always say at this point in my lessons, if you don't like that, you do not like music. In fact, if you don't like the Beatles, come on, you're not going to get along with me. The Beatles, one of the most important bands of all time, so there we go. I have got a friend who always disagrees with me. Every time I meet him we always have an argument about it, but in my opinion, very important band in history, the Beatles. You wouldn't have a lot of bands that you see today. So there we go. Now, if you've got any requests for any other Beatles songs, it doesn't even have to be Beatles, although I've done quite a lot of Beatles songs. All the obvious ones are there, but if there's any more obscure ones you'd like to see me do, or as I said, it doesn't even have to be Beatles related. It can be anything 50s to modern day. It's going to work well on an acoustic or an electric guitar within reason. So the easiest way to put a request in is obviously comment below the video in the comments. Or if you want to find me a personal message over on those social media platforms I suggested at the start of the video, you're very welcome to. I just always point out that I do get quite a lot and I do have to sort of henpit them a little bit. But don't let that put you guys off. Please do keep your requests coming, because that's what keeps this channel going, and it's very much appreciated. Another thing that's very much appreciated, I'll quickly mention it again, thanks everyone who's subscribed. Now if you are subscribing, you haven't done already, you want to keep up to date with all the videos that we'll put out, hit that little notification bell that's just under the video there. The Patreon thing, you want the chords, lyrics and strumming pattern to everything I've done over the past 3.5 years, plus some bonus stuff. There's a link to that in the comments, also a link in the description. I've got the super thanks link, sorry about all this pointing, if you'd like to click on that and make a small donation. And another way that you can help me out, this doesn't cost you guys a penny, but it's very, very effective. I always say word of mouth is a powerful thing, so if you dig what I do, please like and share my lessons, tell your friends, work colleagues, anyone you know plays a guitar, please point them in my direction. I really appreciate that. So that just leaves me to say, whatever time of day it is you're watching, whether it be morning, day, night, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all for a lesson very soon. Take care.